Okay, Patsy, what I want to do is I want to show you the EXP platform. The best way that I know how to explain it is to start off with a 3-lane highway analogy. Now, when you enter the interstate, you're going to enter the interstate into lane 1, and you can merge over to lane 2 and lane 3 if you choose, or you can just stay in lane 1. Now, in your real estate business, lane 1 is your production. That's what you're currently doing. And based on the numbers that you and I shared, your gross commission income is about $300,000 a year. You're on an 80-20 split, which means you're giving your broker $60,000 a year, and just keeping it simple, that means you're netting $240,000 a year. Of course, this doesn't take into consideration any of the additional fees that you're paying, like desk fees and transaction fees and all of that stuff. Now, just for comparison, at EXP, this number right here is 16,000. It's not 60,000. Now, there's an additional $5,000 in transaction fees that kicks in after you cap. So let's make it 21,000. That's fair. However, you're going to get the $16,000 back in owner equity. So your real cost is just $5,000. So instead of your net being 240, it would be $295,000. Now, lane 2 is equity ownership, and this pretty much happens without you doing anything in addition to what you're already doing. You're just going to earn additional equity in the company because you're a partner in the company, you're a part owner in the company, and based on your production, you would earn approximately $17,000 a year in equity ownership in the company. Now, there's this other lane over here that you can get into if you choose.
John, can you explain how did I get to that 17,000, please?
Yeah,
it's the 16,000 cap.
Yeah, of course. I got excited and I was fast tracking right to rev share. So let me slow down for a moment. At EXP, when you hit $16,000 to the company in company dollar, which is 80,000 GCI, 80 times 20% is 16, you're capped. After that, a $250 transaction fee kicks in until you're capped on that at 5,000. It's 20 additional units. So it usually takes about 30 sales to icon. Now, when you've iconed, you're going to get that $16,000 cap that you paid the company back. You're going to get it back when equity ownership of the company. Also, Patsy, every real estate agent is going to earn equity ownership in the company when they close their first deal. When they cap, they earn equity ownership. When they bring over just one agent a year, they attract one agent a year, they're earning equity ownership in the company. That adds up to $1,000. So 16 plus 1,000 is 17,000 in equity ownership that you're going to earn doing what you already do.
And you did the $1,000, just assuming more or less that they bring 2 people.
One person.
One person, that's 400.
Yep.
Plus you got your $16,000 back.
Yep. Plus,
and then
plus $200 when you closed your, no, $400 when you closed your first deal, and $200 when you capped.
Okay.
So it's $1,000 in equity.
Okay.
The other thing to take into consideration, Patsy, is you shared with me that you see yourself in the business for 10 more years. So if we took the difference between 295 and 240, that's 55,000. We took that times 10, that's $550,000 additional income you would have by just moving to EXP. If we took the $17,000 you're earning in stock and we took that times 10 years, you'd have $170,000 in EXP stock. Of course, that's based on its current value, what it's going to be worth in 10 years. Could be triple, could be more. It just depends on what the stock is doing, and it's more than doubled in the last 12 months. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to talk about this lane over here. It's rev share, and the whole idea behind rev share is the company is based on what's called a 50-50 initiative. That means the company is going to take that $16,000 cap and they're going to split it 50-50 with you and I. 50% goes to the brokerage. That's how they pay their bills. What's left over is profit. And then 50% goes back to the agents who help build the company. Now, a lot of people get a little bit sideways on this because they don't want to recruit. No worries, don't. I'm going to show you how you could build pretty healthy revenue share income by attracting, not recruiting, by attracting 2 agents per year. Can I share my screen with you and show you how that works, Patsy?
Please.
Okay, let's do it. All right, the way rev share works is at level 1, an agent is going to generate $16,000 in company dollar when they cap. Remember, that's $80,000 and 80,000 GCI. 50% of that is going to go back to the agents through rev share. Now that's shared 7 levels deep. At level 1, it's worth $2,800. If that agent brings over an agent, that's a level 2 for you. And that agent is worth up to $3,200 if they cap. Now, I'm just going to focus on level 1 and 2, and I'm going to show you how you could build a pretty healthy rev share business by just attracting 2 agents per year. All right, so let's say for the next 5 years, Patsy, you attract 2 agents per year, not because you're recruiting, just because you're Patsy. I mean, talent attracts talent. And people are going to ask you, why did you make a move to EXP? Now, that's a perfect opportunity for you to have a conversation with them in reference to the EXP platform and how it's changed your life. Or, Patsy, if you're getting into business with me, you simply need to give me a name and number, and I'll call them and talk to them for you. Now, is it unreasonable, because I want to check with you here real quick, is it unreasonable to think that you could attract just 2 agents per year for the next 5 years?
More than that I have attracted in the traditional business, and I didn't get anything for it.
So the answer would be yes, you could do it. Okay, so it's 5 years from now and you have 10 agents in level 1. Are you with me?
Yes.
All right. Now, our job is to help those 10 bring over 2 per year for the next 5 years. So we're going to help our level 1s bring over 10 in the next 5 years, just like you brought over 10 in 5 years. When each of them bring over 10, you've got 100 agents in level 2. Are you tracking?
Yes.
All right. Those 10 agents, assuming they're all cappers, and in my model, they are, because I don't bring anybody over that's doing less than $2 million a year. So in my model, they're all cappers. That's worth $28,000 a year to you. This is additional income on top of what you earn in level 1 and in lane 1 and lane 2. You're earning an additional $28,000 a year in lane 3 revenue share. Those 10 agents brought over 2 agents per year for 5 years. You've got 100 now in level 2. Assuming they're all cappers, that's $328,000, which means you're earning $348,000 per year in revenue share. Now, once you've built that
without selling real estate, that's amazing. Do I have to sell real estate to partake in revenue share?
Not at all. I don't. I haven't sold a home in 8 years, and I'll earn more than $1 million a year in revenue share, plus having conversations like this. So you are earning $348,000 a year just in level 1 and level 2. Now, I'm not even showing you what would happen if these 100 agents each brought over 2 agents per year. You would have, pretty sure that's 1,000 in level 3.
So yeah,
And-
so that would be 200 times 5 years, that's 1,000
Yeah, you could
times.
well, level 3 is $1,900.
Times 1,900,
2,000.
yeah, 2,000, so it's 1,000, imagine, times 2,000,
It's
that's
$2
like,
million.
that is absolutely insane
It is-
how
It is insane.
it works and how.
So I'm going to stop share again, and I'm going to go back to my screen over here. So
Yeah.
in lane 1, you're earning an additional $45,000 a year, not changing a thing other than the brokerage that you're with. In lane 2, you've earned $170,000 in equity ownership for the next 5 years. Again, not changing anything except for the brokerage that you're with. And then in lane 3, with 10 agents at level 1 and 100 agents at level 2, that's 2 per year, Patsy. You are earning $348,000 per year in revenue share. Now, let me show you one more thing that's kind of exciting. You also have an opportunity in equity ownership to take 5% of every closing. So we take 5% of that $300,000 and we're going to invest it in EXP stock. So that would be 15,000 times 10 years. You've got another $150,000 in stock that you've purchased at a 10% discount. So you've got a total of $320,000 in stock. So 5 years now, you're earning $45,000 more per year in the production lane. 10 years from now, you've accumulated $320,000 in EXP stock, and you're earning $348,000 a year in revenue share.
You get to the 300, and so you did the 15K times 10 years is 150K.
That's right.
Right? And how do you reach the 320 or 300?
You've also earned $170,000 because you've earned $17,000 in stock per year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So you're at $320,000 in equity ownership. Again, based on what it's worth 10 years from now, could be $1 million, could be high 6 figures. So these are the options. You can stay where you're at. In 10 years from now, you have a brown box to carry all your trophies out the door. Or 10 years from now, you've accumulated extra income. You've have $320,000 in equity ownership in the company in stocks, and you're earning $348,000 for the rest of your life in the revenue share lane. And that's assuming that you don't attract anybody else to the company.
Insane.